Shout out Brandy podcast. Episode 125. Episode 125. I'm here, man, with a curator. Cake. Shout out Brandy podcast. Episode 125. And here, man, with OKC cake lady Nicole. What's good with you?
Not much.
I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. You know what I mean? Because I know you busy.
Yes, very, very busy.
Like, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see your work everywhere. So I'm like, okay, like the first time, like I kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like a mishap. And I was like, okay, like she's serious about her time.
A little bit, yeah. I
You
have
know
to
what
be.
I'm
I have
saying?
to be.
So I appreciate it though.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Nah, man, but where you from, Nicole? Like,
I'm from Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Okay,
Yeah.
like what part?
I'm out here by Tinker Air Force Base.
Oh, okay,
Mhm. Yep.
okay. So you grew up with like in the Carl Albert area?
Carl Albert area.
Okay,
Yep.
so what, from elementary to high school you was out there?
Actually, I grew up in Del City. I lived there until I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
And then we moved to Oklahoma City, it borders Oklahoma City and
Right.
Midwest City. So,
Okay.
But yeah, Oklahoma City area for sure. That's where I'm from. So,
Man, so how was the Carl Albert experience?
Carl Albert experience,
Because they call y'all like the smart kids, right?
right. You're smart. You play sports.
You're right.
Or I don't know what else you might do. But no, we have a cool crowd out there at Carl Albert. That school was awesome, especially my art teachers, and they believed in me, which is great.
Okay.
So yeah, Carl Albert's cool. But yeah, I played soccer, basketball, volleyball, track,
Oh, okay.
pretty much all the sports. That's what I did.
So you was nice with your feet then?
Yeah, definitely,
Okay,
definitely.
Yeah. Man, so how was the soccer though?
Soccer.
Because nobody really told me they played soccer before.
I know most people when they see me, I'm 5'11", so most people assume I play basketball,
Okay,
which I did. But soccer was my sport. Played for about 15 years before I stopped.
Oh, 15 years?
15 years.
Oh,
Yep.
okay,
So
dang.
serious soccer
Yeah.
player. Indoor soccer, outdoor.
So was you ever a goalie?
No.
Oh, you wasn't?
I don't like the balls coming at me. I rather kick the ball at the goalie.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to be able to run. That's all I can say.
And juke, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Right,
So.
right. So you say that you was always into art then?
Yes. From a young age. I love to draw, love to paint.
Like when did that start? Like what age you think?
I'd say about 8 years old at least.
8 years old?
At least.
Okay.
I was always out there in the yard making mud pies. So
Okay.
maybe I was a baker at a young age. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah.
No, like what though? Like what type of art was you in like at 8 years old?
8, just draw.
Coloring books?
Coloring.
Yeah.
Anything, if I could draw something, anything I could like just doodle. I
Yeah.
was into it.
So was your family like a big cooking like family?
My mom.
Your mom?
When I say loves to cook, she
Okay.
loves to cook
Okay, since birth.
since birth.
Okay.
And that's all I've known.
Okay.
So she loves to cook. That's her passion. That's her happy place.
Yeah. So
And,
did she teach you anything in there though?
You know what? I'm not gonna say that she didn't try. She tried to.
Okay.
I didn't want to be in the kitchen. I wanted to play sports. I was more of a tomboy.
Okay.
So I did not want to be in the kitchen.
Right.
Like whatsoever.
Man, so when did it start up though? Like you being in the kitchen. Like if she's a cooker and you're a baker now,
Right.
and when did it like, you know what I'm saying? Like when did that start?
You know what? I've never actually been into baking.
Okay.
Like real hard. More of the.
So no Thanksgiving pies, like you wasn't.
No.
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
that's not for me. That's not for me. That'd be for my mom. I've learned to love it a little bit more.
Okay.
But the whole thing started. I guess I could just start how I started. How I got into cake decorating. 'Cause
Yeah.
that would explain it a little bit more. It started when I worked at Albertsons. Whenever I was 16 years old, I started.
16.
Yep, I started as a courtesy clerk in the grocery store, and I moved up to a cashier, and then to a supervisor. They only offered 24 hours that position, and I was really into cars and trucks and stuff like that. And I had a truck that I was fixing up, and I wanted to make it cool, like a lowrider.
Okay.
Actually, it's a mini truck.
Okay.
And so that was my passion. And so they offered more hours in the bakery. My supervisor came to me and she's like, "Hey, they have more hours in the bakery. do you want to get more hours? I was like, yeah, more hours, more money,
Yeah.
more parts for my truck. And so, I mean, I know it's a crazy
At
story,
16?
but at 16.
Okay,
yeah,
like you
yeah.
wanted the low rider.
Yep. So
Okay.
that's, I mean, you know, I tell people, like, if it wasn't for my truck, I probably wouldn't be a cake decorator, because that's what the drive was. That's where it was.
Right.
So I went
Just to fix up the truck.
yeah, just to fix up the truck.
Okay, so this wasn't even in your plan.
Not at all.
Okay.
Never.
And you were still playing sports.
I was still playing sports.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I would drive my truck to practice.
Okay.
The truck was my stepdad's truck, and
So did he give it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, he
yeah.
gave it to you?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay, that's
passed
cool.
down. He had it. He bought it brand new. He passed it down to my brother, and then to me. And at first
Okay.
I was mad, but I was like, "What? I'm gonna make this truck the best I can."
Exactly.
So,
It's 4 wheels.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. So I did what I could do with it, and I just wanted to make money. So I moved to the bakery, and that's where it started.
Okay. So what did they teach you in the bakery?
At the time, there were 2 older ladies that worked back there, and both of them were at that point. I guess they were ready to quit.
Okay.
And so everything started making sense as to why I was, told, hey, you could start in the bakery and make more hours. They were both quitting at the time.
Oh, okay.
They stayed for about, and to me, it felt like a week, maybe 2 weeks. They taught me the basics. I mean, it was like bare minimum. And from there, I just took it.
Okay.
A lot of mistakes were made, so I learned a lot. Trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But back then, it wasn't like people actually went to the store for cakes back then. You know what I'm saying? So it was a big deal for people to go to the store for like a birthday cake.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So was you a fast learner on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't brag. I don't brag on myself much, but on this, I think I was like, yeah, I loved it so much. They couldn't get me to go home some days.
Like, why'd you like it so much? Because it was kind of like art and food?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just, it was like you're getting paid to create.
Okay.
You're getting paid to put smiles on people's faces.
Right.
The interactions with the customers it's always positive.
Okay.
And it was something I had never experienced. I always loved working in customer service, but this was like another level of, it was just fun.
And appreciation, right? Like they appreciated the work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Even now, like I can't talk about it and not smile, because it's like this the best feeling.
Right.
I still wonder sometimes, like, how do I get paid to do something so like neat?
Right.
Okay,
so did they teach you how to design, or was you adding your own artsy thing to the cakes,
at most,
swirls?
When you start at a grocery store, they give you the customer's order from a book.
Okay.
So they show you a picture, they tell you that's what they want, and that's what you create.
Okay.
When I started, I can't say a lot of my cakes actually looked like the pictures, but I definitely tried. I tried at that time. So whoever I don't know who was getting those cakes at the beginning, but thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry, but thank you. I appreciate your support even then.
Like, what you mean you sorry? Like you was messing them up?
Not on purpose.
You was
but
misspelling? What's up?
No, I was spelling good. I was fresh out of high school. Oh, no, I was spelling good, but, I just can't guarantee that those cakes were, like, that great. You know?
Okay.
So I was still learning. Like, I was really learning then. So.
Well, they didn't complain.
Not that I remember.
Right.
And if so, I learned from it. I tried to learn from every cake and always get better. So.
Okay. Man, so how many cakes would you doing, like, starting off, though?
Oh, in the grocery store. The grocery store is an assembly line type of.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So you're filling a cake case full of cakes. Oh,
okay.
So we're pushing out on a weekend. I'd say about 100 cakes easily.
100?
Oh yeah. Easily.
What you mean 100?
You normally have about 3 cake decorators that you're working with. So they're hard to keep in grocery stores, but yeah, about 100 cakes.
Man.
Yeah. So I say on average about 100 cakes. Because everybody's ordering and then they're picking up on Saturday. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you standing out where you think that you wanted to take it from Albertsons?
At that time, I didn't plan on it.
Okay.
In my mind, I was like, I would like to just move up. Everything I do is like, I just want to move up.
Okay.
So at that time, I was just having fun, and I was like, I just want to learn. I want to get better.
Right. Okay.
Eventually, I started making the wedding cakes.
Okay.
And then I wanted to become a supervisor in the bakery if I could, and I did. I became a bakery lead.
Okay.
So I was like, this is cool. Just over the cake decorator. So
yeah. So you wasn't getting your hands dirty no more.
No,
That's the lead.
I know I was.
Oh, okay.
That just meant if anybody else messed up on a cake, I was the one to either correct it, making sure that everything on the bakeries or the cake side of it went smooth.
So they started trusting your work then for that position.
Right.
Okay.
So that was about 3 years in, and then it turned into Buy for Less, and I worked for them.
Okay.
So yeah, just went up from there. I was never an actual manager. That's another story on that, but
yeah.
Just did what I could as a cake decorator, and I just learned everything I could on like the managerial side of it, and applied that to cakes. And from there I knew I was like, you know what, it'd be cool to have my own business, and that was a dream I never had. I never even thought.
Okay, what age is this?
That was, I would say, about 20. I'd say about 20.
20, so you was thinking that?
I started in the bakery because I worked at Albertsons. I started as a courtesy clerk, so there was about 2 or 3 years that passed until I was actually in the bakery. So I was in the bakery at about 19 or maybe 18, 19.
Okay.
And
so you full-time at this time?
Yeah, full-time.
Okay.
So I'm no longer on the front end doing any of that. You couldn't get me out of the bakery. Okay. They would tell me my shift is over. I'm like, no, I can stay longer. It's okay. Just wanted to learn. It was fun to me.
Okay, right.
So from there, I just I started to just try to pick up everything I could. On the managerial side, if there was a customer issue, I would listen to the way that they spoke to the customers, and I was like, okay. I was like, I think I can do this on my own one day.
At 20?
At 20. At 20.
I mean, because right now, like a 20-year-old saying that now, it's kind of like normal, you know what I'm saying? Like they want to start their stuff because it's out there. But back then, this wasn't normal for you to be thinking like this. You know what I'm saying?
It sure wasn't.
Yeah.
My role models at the time, I always looked up to business owners, and I didn't even realize it.
Oh, for real?
Like
like who?
Albertsons, when they had corporate come in.
Okay.
I always looked at them like, oh, that's corporate. You know, everybody knows when corporate comes in, everybody straightens up. And I was I was like, wow, that's, well, they would come over and they would say like, oh yeah, the cake looks good. I would take pride in that.
Okay.
I've always had a mentality like to be, I guess maybe from sports.
Okay, right.
I look at corporate, they're like the coaches. My managers are coaches, but then corporate's like the coaches that can pull you out of the game. So I knew that. And I'm like, I want to impress, corporate. And so that's what I would do. And whether they were in the store, out of the store, I just wanted to be not the best necessarily, at the best for me.
Okay, right. And they big up your work, so you took that, as I'm doing a good job, and I'm going to move up on this?
Right.
Okay, right.
So then, my goal then, I guess for a long time was I just want to move up in the bakery.
Okay.
Like I want to be able to be the supervisor. I want to manage a bakery.
Okay.
I was also going
So you wanted your own bakery?
No.
Okay.
At this time, actually, I just wanted to manage a bakery.
Okay, bakery. Okay.
And eventually, like that wasn't really working, and I was like, I just like the cake side of it. I was able to see like the part with the bread and the baking, all that part. I was like, I don't like that. I just want to do the cake side of it.
Okay.
So from there, I was like, yeah.
And you was going to school, you said?
And I was going to school for.
What school was you going to?
Rose State.
Okay, Rose State up the street.
Yep, I was going for a business management.
Okay.
Because even then, I knew I want to manage.
Yeah, okay.
I want to manage. Like, not that I can't listen to people. I just knew that I think I do better at giving direction.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to be able to give direction. I want to also help. I had some really, really awesome managers when I was younger.
Okay. Man, and that's where it starts too, like them showing you that you can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you going and pursuing it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, so you going to get your business and you moving up in the bakery. So did you know that you wanted to be in this field though?
At that time, no. I was still, once I stepped into the bakery, you couldn't get me away. So I guess once I was in the bakery, yes, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So what happened is it's just a beautiful thing. I guess once I was going to school, I started applying everything to the bakery. My business classes, we had to write up a report on a business plan.
Right.
So for my business plan, I was like, let's kill two birds with one stone. Let's write it for my actual bakery that I'm going to have one day. And I think that's where everything really started to make sense. And at that time, I was still pretty young, but I had this bakery all, planned out and everything like that. It was a little, I never want to say dream too big, but it wouldn't make sense for what I truly wanted to do. And I wouldn't realize that until later. So, so business classes helped me a lot. And just some of the managers I had, not all, because there were some that will.
Okay, yeah.
Being younger in a bakery and knowing a little bit more than some of
and succeeding,
and that can
oh yeah, that can
so
rub
that
wrong.
that can be a problem.
Yeah,
but you can't let it stop you.
Okay. So you graduate from Rose State?
I did not.
Eventually? Oh, okay.
I did not.
Right.
So I was going to school. So eventually, again, here I am. I want to make money, and I'm like, I think for the bakery side of it, I was like, I think this is just what I need. Like, I don't know how much more I need, but going to school and in the bakery, I was like, I just kind of want to start focusing more on a business.
Oh, okay, right.
And so there was another young lady that I worked with, and we started trying to plan out a business.
Oh, yeah?
That didn't go so well.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You kind of live and learn. And
so what year is this?
I would say that was, 2005. Let's see. So I would say 2010.
Okay, 2010. Okay.
Yeah, 2010, I want to say.
Okay. Yeah. So 2010, like you think that you want to go all the way?
Right.
Like by yourself now, right?
At that point, after the friendship with her, us planning, it didn't work out.
Right.
I kind of fell back a little bit.
Okay.
My feelings were hurt, and I was like,
Yeah, young, right?
Yeah, so I was like, well, this didn't work, and can't do it by myself. Yeah. And so...
Why can't you do it by yourself at that age?
Right. So I felt like, I don't know enough. I just know the cake side. And so at that time, I left because if you know, Albertsons turned into Buy for Less, and then Buy for Less Albertsons turned into Williams, and Williams turned into Buy for Less.
Okay.
And there was mention, there was mention at the time that there was going to be another changeover. I moved to Crest.
Okay,
and
Crest.
so I started working at Crest. This is
in the bakery.
In the bakery.
Okay.
It was then, I think it was right before I left, I took one cake order at home. I started buying supplies. I think when I was friends with the other lady, I started buying supplies.
Okay.
And when I say I bought supplies, it was about $500 worth because I just saved up money. Okay. And I went out to the local bakery store and just bought so much random cake stuff that I probably it didn't even make sense. And I just kept it for so long. And eventually I made one.
Yeah, but you trying at this time.
I was trying.
And you investing in yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
cool.
I didn't have any, my family, we don't have anybody in my family that has their own business. My oldest brother, he's like the super smart child.
Yeah.
So he helps me a lot with my business, but nobody has a business that I can think of in my family, right? To really get that kind of advice from. Mm-hmm. So it was just I was just doing stuff. I was like, you know what though, I'm gonna do it. So I took one cake order. It was my mom's friend. It was a wedding cake. Okay. That was the first cake I ever made at home. Mm. And I was like,
how'd it turn out?
Turned out okay. But what I learned is it's a lot different than when you have all of your tools around you in a bakery.
Okay, right.
So I kept my prices.
So did she like it though? Because it was for a wedding.
She liked it. She liked it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, she loved it. So from there, I took a couple more cake orders, and I went to Crest. Okay. And they were awesome. They worked with me with my schedule for the most part.
So what was the difference from their bakery and from Albertsons bakery? Because those are two big names.
Very big names. Those were like two. Yeah. So Crest.
Those are the two biggest names in the city, right? Yeah.
They are a lot busier. That's what I learned.
Okay.
So I had to step it up. It was a new
Where in Edmond or
Midwest City.
Okay, Midwest City, yeah.
New environment, new managers. Okay, yeah. And from there, I got to meet the owner of Buy for Less. Okay, yeah. But I also got to meet the owner of Crest, one of the owners. Mm-hmm. And he's very, very, very awesome. Again, I always look up to anybody that's in corporate or any business owners. I'm always like in awe. Right. They're like my superheroes for the fact that that's where I wanted to be.
Right. And so, they did it. And
they're doing it. They're doing it. Like it's like you've succeeded in running a business. Right. And I've always looked up to them. And he would walk around and he would speak. Mm-hmm. Hey Nicole. I was like, oh wow, that's really awesome. So from there, I kept.
They teach you anything new there?
Not there. At this point, I've learned pretty much all the basics.
So you capped out from the store bakery,
right? Still in the bakery, but now I'm just trying to. I'm creating things on my own. Like I'm stepping it up. I'm just like.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tap into. Like, when did you start adding your own flavor to it?
I would say at Crest, honestly.
Okay, at Crest.
Crest
and they let you?
Yeah, they let me.
Okay, cool.
They had a cake case at the bottom and just kind of let us put the more fancy, they call it gourmet case.
Okay.
Which they still have. But it's awesome. Just kind of like letting us create cakes that are a little bit not so in the box cakes.
Okay.
You know, a little bit more expensive cakes for the grocery store. And that's when I was like, I got to experiment a little. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And from here, I think I had created a cake page. What I call my cake page. So OKC Cake Lady.
Okay.
I had to think of a name. Cake Lady. I had a manager that was like one of the best managers, and he used to call me Cake Lady.
Oh, he
all
did?
the time. So he's like, "Hey, Cake Lady."
Oh, okay, yeah, because you were getting nice at it then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he always called me that. So I was like, Cake Lady. I just need a name that fits, a name that stands out.
Okay.
So I was like, OKC Thunder.
Right.
So I was like, OKC Cake Lady, cool. Like,
okay.
That works. And that's
what year is this?
That was 2013.
Okay, 13 is when you started the business.
Yeah, that's when I actually started doing things at home and just it was really part-time. So I would work in the bakery at Crest and then come home and make cakes too.
Right. Yep. And that's what you got to do, right?
Excuse me. Yes. Yep. So I started doing that. I would test things out up there at Crest. I say test, I would still just try to be creative and just experiment with different things like roses. And then I would have cake orders at home and I would make those right after I got off work or on my off days. So it was a grind.
How did you get your name out there though?
Facebook.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nah, it's cool.
Excuse me. Everything was on Facebook.
Okay.
People told me to create an Instagram. At that time, I didn't believe in Instagram. I said, no, I don't want to do an Instagram. I felt like Instagram was global.
Okay, yeah.
And in my mind at that time, I wish I would have listened. But my oldest brother, he was one, make an Instagram. I'm like, no. I just want people here in Oklahoma to know who I am, not everywhere.
Right.
That's not going to benefit me. But now I see where it could have. So...
but 2013 Instagram wasn't popping like that. It was cool, but it was kind of ratchet though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
So I didn't create my Instagram until about 2 years. I've been really on Instagram, posting hard. So
how's that doing?
It's doing okay. I'm still learning and
okay. Yeah.
I'm still learning how it works and how to actually get people to engage with the Instagram a little bit more because it's less comments on Instagram. I feel like it's less interaction.
Right. It's just pictures, right?
It's just pictures. Right. So it's you just put the content there and I move it over to Facebook.
Right.
That's where the majority of my customers are at.
Okay. So what kind of pictures are you putting up to show people what you can do? In 2013, when you first start?
I was actually at Crest. I would take pictures of my work.
Of your work, right.
And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. I think it was on my personal page at first. I was like, that's just what we did. We would take pictures of our work and oh, look at this cake I made. Yeah. And then show our friends on Facebook. Okay. I did that when I was even at Buy for Less.
Okay.
So just taking pictures, a little photo gallery, putting it on Facebook. Right. Not to advertise. You're just look at this cake I made.
Okay. Man, so when is the first cake that you made that was okay, it's time to go?
It was never a moment where it was just I felt like it was time to go. What happened actually, truthfully, the reason that I actually just finally got pushed out was at Crest. A manager, she's corporate, and we got into a dispute over. I just asked her to speak to me a little bit more respectfully. Okay, right. And she didn't take that too well, but that's how I was raised, and that's just what I believed in. At that point, I knew I came to work on time. I came in to do what I was supposed to do. Right. I love what I did. That's how I knew. It's I love what I did. I don't want to create drama. Just let me work. Okay, right. And so that led to
but that was supposed to happen.
It was. So sometimes
because your time was up and you didn't realize your time was up. So the universe had to push you out and show you that it's time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So would you hurt? You know what I'm saying? You were sad.
I was shocked because
scared?
I had worked in bakeries all this time. And, I'm I've never been fired from anywhere. And it was for the reason. The reason was just very, it was just very vague. Go home for the day. Okay. You know what? Don't come back. It was so meant to be. I couldn't make it up if I tried. It was just one of those, she just changed it within a matter of seconds. Go home. You can go home for the day. I said, okay. You know what? Don't come back. Okay. I tried to go upstairs and kind of argue it out a little bit. He's like, she said you've already been replaced.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those things, like, no matter what I tried, I was not supposed to be there any longer. And I knew
you was too good.
I at that time, I went home and I wasn't mad. I wasn't sad. Mm-hmm. I had already started my business at that point, and it was already going well enough that the money that I would make, I just used as money to pay bills, and the rest of it was just money I would just keep.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? This is just the way it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I probably honestly would have never left. I would have never felt comfortable. I would have never felt comfortable leaving. So
right.
People always ask, like, you just went off and started your business. I'm like, no, not exactly. I was fired, but it was just meant to be. I mean, I had no way to walk back in there. Like it was as if it was like this black wall put up, like, you are not meant to come back.
Right.
Leave and go start your business. Start your business.
Exactly. So, like, you OKC cake lady. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, okay. And that's when I knew too. It was getting harder to work for
the
bakery. Yeah, with the bakeries, because it was just always, it's a lot of drama in bakeries. You're working with ladies. I mean, we all know how we
they jealous of your work.
It's just working with a lot of females at some jobs. It can be, I don't know if it's the sugar and just everybody's hype, but it's just
the sugar you said.
It's a lot of drama. It's a happy thing that we're doing, but it's just it's just drama. It's like, my cupcakes. No, please make cupcakes. I don't know. I don't want to make cupcakes. So it's just how it goes in bakeries, and I had enough. I had enough probably a couple years back, and that's why I started making the steps to go ahead and do it on my own anyway.
Okay, so what's the first cake after you made? Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? That really put you on the map, you think?
I was just talking to this very, very nice lady. Her name's Miss Christie. It was a Jordan shoe cake.
Okay.
That one. And that was 3 years ago.
Okay. And how did you make the cake? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you make the layers where it's edible and all this? You know what I'm saying?
As far as that part, it's more of a visual, but it's just it's a lot of carving, baking the cake, a lot of carving, covering with icing, and then you're using, if you're familiar with fondant, like the sugar paste, and you're covering the cake. Okay. It's a lot of those cakes. It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of steps on these cakes, and it takes a lot of time.
Right. Okay. So what's the average time on these cakes?
It depends.
Because these cakes that you be making be like they're so different. You know what I'm saying? Like you make one cake like this, and then the other one is giant, and then the other one is flat, but it's still giant. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. The average time is tough to say. I will say, I'll just tell you on the shoe cakes, I'm thinking maybe about 5 hours, 4 hours if I work on it straight through. Okay. Normally I do work on multiple cakes. Okay, right. So a lot of times people ask me that. That's a real popular. How long does it take you? I'm like, I don't know. I work on about 4 or 5 cakes sometimes. Oh, okay. While I'm doing one step on one, I'll have it out there, another cake out there in the cooler chilling for the next step. Okay. So. And
you all by yourself?
I'm by myself.
On all these cakes?
On all the cakes. Every now and then I have the time. Only time I really get help is I'll have friends go with me on deliveries. Okay. Every now and then, because the wedding cakes can get so heavy lifting them. Or sometimes I have to transport them from one area of the kitchen out to the table where the cake is set up. Right. I need help with that.
Okay, so are these cakes from your art past?
No.
Okay.
No.
So how are you so creative with them then?
Most of my cakes, the customers send me pictures.
Okay, they send you pictures.
The majority of my cakes, they actually send me pictures as a reference, and then I take it from there.
Yeah, but you still got to carve it into
for sure.
Into the picture.
For sure.
Know what I'm saying? So
sometimes it's like Jordan's shoe. She's actually literally bringing me her shoe. Okay, yeah. For me to go off of. And so from there, I wrap it in saran wrap, and I have it on the counter, and I'm actually looking at it, carving it. Right. The most interesting cake I've made would be the Corvette cake.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, so my customers are everything. This cake, I didn't believe I could make it. It's this customer and the Jordan shoe cake, both customers, I didn't believe I could make it. Wow. At this time, I was
Why the shoe box? Like if it's square?
No, this is a Jordan shoe.
Oh, the Jordan shoe, the actual shoe.
The actual shoe. And it had a shoe box, but I didn't believe, I had never carved a cake. I'm coming from a grocery store. Okay. So grocery stores, we do sheet cakes. We make round cakes. That's it. You don't carve at a grocery store. There's not time for it. Also working with fondant. I've always worked with buttercream icing and whipped icing. That's it. So we're talking about
So what's the difference? Like, how does the icing stay on there so good like that?
cooling the cake first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if anybody's making cake, just chill your cake first and then ice it. It's a lot easier.
Okay.
You won't have as many crumbles. But yeah, so the Corvette cake, that one, I didn't believe I could make it. And I told the customer, I don't think I can do this. And she said, you know what, you can. And no matter what it turns out to be, we're going to love it.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if I can make it. She's like, no matter what you do, we're going to love it. To the point of almost make the cake. Right. We don't care if it's a Corvette and it comes out looking like a VW Bug. Right. Make it.
Exactly. She pushed you.
What do you do? So I dropped the price on it and I made it. And I mean, it came out. Even I was shocked. That's a cake that I was just even like
shocked yourself.
Even like to this day, my friend David, he helped me make a little platform, a stand for the cake, so it's actually off the ground. I mean, we put ground effects on there and everything, and it's just like even now, I didn't think I could do it. Yeah. So my customers, like, they believe in me. Yeah. And sometimes whenever I don't even believe in myself, right? Like I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to make that cake. Because you don't want to mess up on a customer's cake. They're like, no, make it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, but now it's like all your cakes, like you can't say no.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. Because you push yourself, like every single cake like seems like it gets better. And the last cake that you just posted this week, it's like, wow, how are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? So you can't say, no, I can't do that no more, right?
No. And if I do it, it comes off as like, well, why? Animal cakes, that's the kind of cakes I really don't do. For some reason, animals, it's a hit or miss. You mess up on an animal cake, and it's a dog, it can come out looking like a cat. Yeah. I love animals, but animal cakes, that is something, I think every decorator has like a certain little category of cakes that it's like, no, I'm not doing that, don't. And they just won't take your words for it. And that's mine. Animal cakes, I don't.
Yeah.
I do not, and I won't.
Okay, so the endo cake, like how you do that?
Yeah. He's super awesome. They're super awesome. The gentleman that ordered it, super awesome, because he allowed me to go ahead and just be creative. Okay. Do your thing. I think he told me he wanted a bong, and of course the joint. Yeah. It's like, okay, cool. Do your thing. Like, those are my customers. Okay. Do your thing. Because it just gives me this freedom. Exactly. And you don't want to give me freedom, because I'll be in there decorating, Yeah. I mean, at all hours, just because it's so fun. It's like, it's no limit. You send me a picture and you want it like this picture. Yeah. I'm staying in that box. Do your thing means do your thing. Like, you're allowing me to open up. And
they trust you and they love your work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So do you need like a special oven for these cakes?
I wish, because I do decorate at home, I have a single oven. Okay. And no special oven. The only restriction I have, because
you've been good on that oven, because my homegirl, she cooked pies and she broke her oven.
Oh yeah, it happened. Oh, okay. It happened. Yeah. I was making cupcakes, and all of a sudden the oven went to like a broil setting, and these cupcakes did something so weird. And I remember messaging my brother, my mom, like, the oven's broke. Yeah. What do? I had to go to a friend's house and finish baking, but they had it replaced in a matter of like, I think the next day. Oh, okay. So my family, they support me like so much. Like, I'm so.
Oh, your family helped out on the new stuff. Oh,
yeah. Okay. I mean, my brother came over. Everybody, like, they know I baked. Like, they know. And they are so awesome. They just had it replaced. I never had any worries about it.
Yeah, but you said that you work on multiple cakes. So how you doing multiple cakes, like, all day?
I start on them a little bit. I start on them about 3 days. Oh, okay. 3 days in advance. Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I have to get them all done. I mean, normally most of my cakes go out on Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so that's the time that they want them delivered? Uh-huh. Yeah. So what's your turnaround like on these certain cakes, though? You know what I'm saying?
It depends.
Right, because the size.
Yeah, it depends. Right? Like, a shoe cake is going to take, a little bit longer than maybe a round unicorn cake. Okay, yeah. So it just depends. Yeah. But most weeks I have about 3 to 5 cake orders.
Oh, you do?
So I have to tell people I'm booked. Okay, and that's something that at first.
Well, for that week?
For that week, if it just depends. Like, right now, I'm booked through April 14th. Okay. And that's just because those cakes are maxed out for that week. Sometimes it can be 2 cakes on that week. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, the Corvette cake and the wedding cake, that's all I took that week.
Okay, yeah, because those are going to be timely matter cakes.
Yeah, the Corvette cake was a 21-hour cake.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that one I timed because I had to work on that one by itself. So every time I work on it,
and you dropped the price on it?
I did. Okay. I think most businesses, when you're starting out, you know what I mean? You can't charge what, whoever A and B over here charges that's been working for 10 years. Like you're new to the game.
Right.
You're not as experienced. And if you know that, like I did when I first started, my prices, they're nowhere, I mean, to be honest, they're nowhere near what they are now. Right. And they shouldn't have been.
Okay. Right.
So.
Because you had the experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I had to learn and build up the credibility too. Yeah. Like they're like, who's OKC Cake Lady? I'm not gonna. I don't know who. I mean, I don't mind spending a little bit, but we're not gonna sit here.
Right.
Yeah.
So the corporate call you now, like for like the offices
sometimes
parties and stuff like
sometimes.
That. Man, so how does that feel that you looked up to corporate and now they're calling you for the parties?
Awesome
and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's awesome. It's
right. So do you feel like you're corporate?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't have that mentality yet. I think I'm just.
You run a successful business. I mean, so why are you not corporate?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. I know I'm a humble person, but I mean, I just don't have. I don't have that mentality there. I'm just Nicole.
Okay.
The owner of OKC Cake Lady. I'm always saying I'm who makes the cakes. That's who I am.
Okay.
My cousin told me don't downplay it. They're not just cakes. You don't just make cakes, but it's like. That in all honesty, like that's what I do. I make cakes and I try to make people smile. So.
And so, what's the most fulfilling cake that you made?
Oh, I would say all of them.
Okay, all of them.
All of them. But Mr. Officer Tommy Norman, in Arkansas, delivering his cake to
Arkansas?
his groom. I delivered his groom's cake, and that was pretty special because it was a cake that I was able to just I don't want to use the word donate, but I was able to just gift him.
Okay.
For everything that he's done for his community and all the communities around that get to watch like his work, what he does with like.
So it was a retirement party?
It was his groom's cake.
Oh,
it was his groom's cake. So that was a really special cake. Just getting to meet him and just present the cake to him was really awesome. But I would say like all the cakes.
Okay.
The most I don't know. The pickup I never thought I would have would be one of the Thunder players. And like, I don't know. I don't know how to, like, I never thought like, oh yeah, I'll have a Thunder player coming to.
Right. Coming to you for your stuff.
Right. But it's been, I mean, every customer when they pick up, most people they pick up from my house.
Okay.
Unless I'm delivering. And when they pick up, I mean, their expressions and their words are like, sometimes, I'm like, oh, I tell them, please stop, because you're gonna make me tear up. And I try not to get. I'm an emotional person. I'm like, I'm trying not to cry here, guys. But they're so ecstatic. Sometimes it's 10 a.m. and they're screaming because they love the cake, and it's like this feeling. I'm like, I can't even believe this is happening.
Right.
Because I don't see it as just a cake, but I do see it as just, it's just like, I didn't think you would get that excited about that. That's so cool. And that's when like all the effort that you put into the cakes is it's always worth it.
Mm-hmm. And so, what's the furthest that that a customer called you from?
Not that he called me, but probably Officer Norman, because it was 4.5 hours out.
Okay.
To
and you had to drive it?
Yep.
Okay.
Drove the cake all the way there.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I've had people come from Arkansas and Kansas, Texas. I think that's it.
Just for the cake.
Just for the cake.
Right.
I won't let them go too far because the cakes all that bouncing in the car and all that, it can be real unstable.
Okay, so when they come from Texas, then what do they got to wrap it in? Like, is it?
I have it boxed up.
Okay, you got it boxed up for them?
I'll have it boxed up and covered in saran wrap and tell them keep the AC on. And sometimes I buckle the cakes in, whatever it takes to keep the cake safe. Normally the customers laugh. I'm like, yes, I am buckling in the cake, but this is a precious product. We have to make sure it gets there just fine. Right.
So the wedding cakes. Like, are those your prize? You know what I'm saying?
They are. All cakes have the same priority, the same, I care about all of them exactly the same, but the wedding cakes are what I'm moving towards now. I'm trying to make more wedding cakes.
Okay, you are.
Just because the difficulty of them. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, because you got to make them tall, right?
You do. Most of them are tall.
Like, what's the thing about these cakes that people like? Why do people love like the wedding cake so much?
Because it's their special day. Any event that you get, well, I guess all birthdays you only get one time, but most events like weddings.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a once in a lifetime thing.
Right.
So for these brides, it's like that's their day. This is important as their wedding dress, all the pictures, the first kiss with their husband. and you have the wedding cake. It's a tradition in America. So, I mean, the wedding cake is a big deal.
Right.
It's something that all of your guests are going to see. It's something showing that, it's something they picked out. It represents them.
Okay, right.
And now the new thing, I guess it's not a new thing, but the groom's cakes. Normally, back in the day, they were just chocolate.
Okay.
Normally, because the wedding cake was, the standard thing is to have it all white. Groom's cake chocolate. But nowadays, like, I create groom's cakes that look like whiskey bottles.
Okay, they want their own little thing on it.
Shoes. It's like, because this is also, it's like the bride gets her thing to represent her, and now it's like the groom gets their thing to represent them.
Right.
So
and whatever they want, what I'm saying, you're going to make it for them.
Yep. And I also let my brides know, like, hey, if you do want to surprise your groom, because some of the guys, I don't know, you guys, y'all are just like, hey, I'll show up to the wedding and I'll get married.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not worried about a cake. I just want to see my beautiful bride.
Right.
They don't think, they're not a part of the cake ordering process. They get to taste it, but besides that, as far as what I've learned, they don't, the look of the wedding cake, hey, right. they're like, babe, I don't know, just pick one. Right. That's where they're at. So I always tell the brides, like, if you want to surprise your groom, like, what is he like? I always ask, is he into a sport? Like, let's create him something you could surprise him with it at the wedding.
Right.
I've done wedding cakes that have the backside that are actually like designed with sports. They open up in the back.
Okay.
Anything to surprise them and let them feel special too.
So have you changed the color like inside for the sports color?
I don't change.
I've seen that too.
I don't change the color sometimes, but I really don't change the colors inside the cakes too much.
Okay,
I think I had a thunder one, and I think I did it orange and blue, like a swirl, but not too much because of the food coloring. It really can alter the taste of that cake. So
do they have like a taste tester for the wedding cakes?
Yes, some brides do. Some brides are just like,
just make it and trust you.
Yeah,
that's
just
cool.
Go ahead and make it. But I offer cake testings. I offer cupcakes. Okay. That way I can bake them fresh.
All right.
So
that's smart.
I offer all those flavors, and then they get 6 cupcakes, 2 of each flavor.
Okay.
So yeah, but as far as the trust, it's an amazing thing because a lot of these people, they have not met me.
Right. Exactly.
It's like you could tell it's truly I don't know. Like,
so do you have your own personal Facebook page, or is just only okay?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
I do. I have customers. They try to add me on there. I have like 100 friends, so I don't let people on my Facebook page. I try to keep my business and my personal page separate because I'm really goofy and I just post like really goofy stuff. And I don't mind my customers. I think once they meet me, they can see I'm a pretty silly person, but I just try to be, professional. Like, let them see that professional side, not the goofy, silly side.
Okay.
Yeah. But the trust they have with me, it's amazing. They don't get to, they can meet me prior if they want, but most of them, it's like we do so much stuff online now.
Exactly.
And it's crazy. We're coming from a grocery store, all of your cake orders. It's like, hi, ma'am, how are you? I want to take your cake order.
Right.
Now it's type.
Yeah.
I'm taking cake. I'm taking wedding cake orders.
Right.
Birthday cake, all through Facebook or just online.
Right.
I don't meet them until they pick up. It's a crazy thing because like sometimes it's like, well, I haven't even met this customer. I don't know what they look like. I don't look at their Facebooks.
Yeah, but that's what the world is, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they get in Ubers, they take food from the Uber people now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if I can see your work and see that you make other people happy, okay, then it's cool. And then I can see that you making all these different designs.
Exactly.
Then why can't I trust you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's where now like reviews, companies give out they give out free product for reviews. Exactly. At first I remember being younger, like, oh, I don't want to. I'm not gonna review this. Or they're asking you to review. And now here I am. I'm like, hey, if you've ordered a cake, please leave me a review. It's the only thing I have for my customers to be able to read and give me any type of anything, credibility. Right. Okay, I'll use you. If those reviews aren't there,
right?
So
I got a bad review.
Have I had a bad review?
Yeah.
I've had a bad review from a customer that didn't order from me.
Just hated on you. Just type something.
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was about bread. The bread that she picked up wasn't correct.
Okay.
Most customers, if there's ever been an issue, I try to be really critical when I make cakes. Like, I really try to double check everything. I've spelled a name wrong. I think a few times.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That's
trials and tribulations.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just as quick as they're like, it's actually supposed to be it. I'm like, I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, then you'll redo it.
Yeah, it takes a few seconds.
Okay, that's cool.
So I'm very I try to keep really good communication with the customers the whole time, even after the cake is ordered, sending them pictures of the cake, and they'll write back. So if there's ever any issue, it would get solved, for sure.
Well, the wedding season is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting warm. So is that the time that it picks up?
Yes. Yeah. So most people are placing cake or wedding cake orders in January, in October for August of next year. Okay. I take cake orders 6 months in advance.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do. Yeah. I don't take them any more than that just because my deposits are non-refundable. So I don't want people canceling and all that kind of stuff. So 6 months is about a pretty good time frame for people to order. So it's picking up. Yeah. It's picking up. I don't go to any wedding. So what about the
melting in the sun though?
Good question. What here in Oklahoma, our heat is no joke.
Man, it's tragic.
Personally, I don't like my cakes to be outside.
Okay, yeah.
Unless, because we can't, Oklahoma, what is today? 75, tomorrow it could be 50.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cold yesterday and rainy.
So the majority of my cakes, and that's something I need to do a little bit better on, is making sure that these brides, like their weddings are indoor. It's always the assumption that your wedding is indoors, but there are some, and your cakes are actually, like I have one right now, her cake's going outside, so we're trying to come up with a solution for it.
Okay, can you get like a little cover when the thing goes over the cake?
When you're talking about buttercream icing, or any type of icing, even fondant, it melts.
Exactly.
There's a video of the decorator that actually put a cake outside, and I think it was within 6 minutes.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just all the icing sliding off.
Okay.
When you're paying for these cakes, especially wedding cakes, you don't. We need to be, indoors.
Right.
So yeah, Oklahoma heat, and most people are getting married during like summer months, fall. And we know even here in Oklahoma in the fall time, it's you're talking about 80 degrees at 9 o'clock sometimes. Right. So.
So is there anybody that you look up to, like in the industry?
Yes. There are a few. There's a couple here in Oklahoma that are super awesome. Okay. I have a few that I follow outside of Oklahoma too. I always try to follow the best.
Okay, right.
Because it's just, if you follow, in my opinion, no matter what you're doing, follow the best, and you'll do better. Okay. Because if you follow somebody that's, you just because you're looking at them as competition and their work is similar to yours, why?
Exactly.
Why? I look at the way that they post. I look at the way they decorate. Right. Also, so I can refer, because obviously I can't make all the cakes and they can't make all the cakes, and I really don't try to compete with the other decorators here in the city. Right. I just pass them off because it's nothing. I can't, if I can't help you, I just can't help you this time. So. Right.
Would they reach out for help?
The other cake decorators?
Yeah.
No, a lot. Okay. I think here in Oklahoma, there's quite a few decorators. Okay, there's some that are killing it. Like, they are just super, super awesome. And
but there's enough to go around though.
There's so many. You're talking about if you're not celebrating a birthday, you're celebrating an anniversary, a promotion, wedding. There's so many. I just want cake people.
Exactly.
Which we love them too. It's just everybody wants cake.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an American thing.
Also, people call you for personal cakes too?
They do. I don't make too many because I do more custom stuff. So, but yeah, I've had people, my pregnant customers, they love to message me and they tell me I'm just craving some strawberry cake, and I'm like, I know what you mean, but I can't. I can, but it's like, let me refer you to somebody else because I don't want to make that. I can if I'm available, but for the most part, I make custom cakes. And the prices aren't set for just I want cakes. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So do you want to open up your own bakery?
I that's where I was leaning at the beginning. I don't think I do. Okay, you don't. I would like to just stick to cakes. Okay. It's just me. Okay. If anything, I'll have like a studio. And even then, customers won't be allowed to like come in and shop. It won't be like that. It'll just be coming in to pick up orders, or you're coming in to order. That's it. Right. So
has anybody reached out for like a CBD or the marijuana business?
Yes.
They have. Yes. They said, what to you?
Yeah. The blunt cakes, the joint cakes, the bong cake. Yeah. They think that there's CBD and these are THC in these cakes. I'm like, I don't have a license for that, but I can't do that. That's not. But I would love to get into that field eventually. But right now, no. I'm like, they do not contain. That would be a lot. And So, but I have people reaching out, people that want to work or collab with it, but right now I'd never have the time slot to actually stop
Right, because you're so busy, right?
To come up with a game plan for it. That's what gets tough with business. So it helps to have that plan ahead of time before you start, because once you really start and you get going, you don't have time to stop.
All right. Has any restaurants reached out to you?
Restaurants, no, because I make pretty custom cakes, so they're not. You know what I mean? They're not going to be the
right. They're not going to be the cut up cakes.
Yeah, okay, no. I've had two or three offers to be on TV shows.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't. One, my stepdad had just passed away, so I didn't do that one. Okay. And then one, the timing on it was off, and then one, I didn't get back to them. Okay. I'm scared to fly. I don't know if
they wanted you to fly out.
Yes, out in California.
Okay, why you scared to fly? What's good?
I don't know what's good about it. I don't know. I'm just scared. I'm just scared to fly.
Have you ever flew?
Oh, I was 7 years old.
Okay, man. But all these fears that you be having, and then when people push you, it's like nothing to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what's good, man?
So I'm hoping this.
Where they reach out from? Facebook.
One. Phone calls, but I have a blocker on my phone now, so I need to take that off in case they call. Okay. One was email. I think one was through. No, 2 phone calls, and then one was email.
Oh, okay.
So to actually get to speak.
Oh, once you get on the TV, then you'll be so busy. Yeah. You'll have to hire at least 2 more people.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot that goes into that, though. I don't know if if I'm ready for that, because it's a different thing when you're working, like you're not in your environment making a cake. I'm like, what will I create? Will it look like? And then that's your name out there too. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see though.
I've been baking since 16.
Well, no, I've been baking since about 2000. I say 2013 or so. Okay. That's actually when I started. Before that, I was in the bakery and they would bake.
Oh, okay.
Or we get in frozen. Well, I don't want to call out the grocery stores, but
okay. Say like if they called you and said that like they wanted you like on a show where you have to bake in front of an audience, right? Like, would that be scary for you?
It would be very scary.
Why would that be scary for you?
It would be scary because it's like
the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure. I mean, like cracking an egg at home by yourself is one thing, but
you're the music on and everything,
and cameras in your face. Like, I don't know what I may do. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I think you'll rise to the challenge like you have every single time.
Thank you.
The challenge has, you know what I'm saying, like presented itself, like you have risen to it. You know what I'm saying?
I think if I do it, I want to do it for myself, but also for all the customers that I have, all the fans that I have, because they are I think they want to see this so bad. I'm constantly getting messages like, when are you going to be on a TV show? You should be on a TV show. And it's just like, sometimes, I just want to do it for a little bit for me, but for them. Okay. And I don't think they care win or lose or whatever. Right. They just want to see that. And it's like, I have to do it for them because they've supported me since the beginning. Like, I literally would not have, I would have to know how to make cakes, but I just would not be where I'm at without them. They share, they tag, they comment. There's days whenever I have felt so down and they're just like sending the nicest messages. They're just like, this cake, you did so good. It's just like, oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah. So it's a I don't know.
So you got 50,000 followers.
Yep, almost there.
Okay. Yep. So how does that feel though?
I don't think I don't know. I don't think I even I really notice it too much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you wanted to be corporate though. Like this is like this is really corporate. Like 50,000 on a business page. That's a lot.
I don't know. At first I was all about likes when I first started, up until about 8,000, and then all of a sudden it was just like, I'm busy. I think it was about 8,000 or 5,000 people. I realized I'm busy. I can't take any more cake orders for this week, for this month, for next month. And then it's just like, I love everybody that's on my page, but what's the point of, bringing it up so high? So it's a neat thing, but it's just, at the same time, it's likes. Yeah. And it's people on there liking it, which I love them for doing it, but I can only take so many cake orders.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Because you by yourself and you choose to be by yourself.
I do. And I probably, and because of my experiences in bakeries, I probably will keep it that way.
Okay. I don't think that you will. I think that you'll have your own like little shop that people can come in and order, and you won't even be baking anymore.
Really?
You'll be like,
Just decorating.
Yeah, like in carving and stuff. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get way bigger than it is now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like 2013, that's not like, that's only 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And it's, hey, man, it's getting there.
We'll see. I wouldn't mind having a baker. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Just getting to do the decorating part. That's the part, I mean, the baking is okay, but I love decorating. Like, that was my first passion, is just getting to use colors and just getting to, like, that's my canvas. It's the cake. So getting to do that part, that's my favorite part. Like, once I'm there, I'm in a different element.
Right.
So.
Man, I appreciate you messaging me back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me.
Because all your fans be in your inbox and all your supporters, you know what I'm saying? So for you to weed me out, you know what I'm saying, and still come on the second try, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get you in here because my new studio is Creators Create, you know what I'm saying? And you're definitely a creator.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
and I appreciate you coming out. And you the first woman inside the studio, you know what I'm saying? Awesome. Like, I have women guests all the time, you know what I'm saying? But you the first in my own studio. I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you. I love your studio too. It's very nice.
I thank you. And man, I just see OKC Cake Lady like getting bigger than she don't even expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't even know. You know what I mean? So what's the next, like, what do you want to do this summer? Do you want to, you know, this?
This summer, of course, I want to make more cakes. I want everybody to get better and not be sick.
Right.
I want to be able to make cakes.
Man, so how's that going with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, with this virus thing.
It's affecting me, this corona stuff.
So are they canceling?
I've had a couple. I've had 2
cancellations. But it's non-refundable, though.
It is. I had 1 cancellation, and I went on. This was back whenever it first started, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do this. She's ordered from me before and took care of her. I've had another cancellation. I've had 2 people postpone. Mm-hmm. I've had 1 wedding move to a different date in August.
Okay.
You know, you're dealing with brides. They're already upset. Right. You have a date picked out, and I'm sure it's a very, very meaningful date to you, and you're changing it. So we have to. I think all business owners, we're trying to work with everybody. We're getting hit. Everybody's getting hit. So it's as far as the non-refundable thing, I'm willing to transfer dates. That's how I'm going to work with it because I can't. It's just my morals. I can't sit here. I can't keep your money for just something that came out like this. Right. Now, as far as you just like, I don't want to have a birthday party anymore just because, that's different.
Okay, right.
But it's something like this that, I mean, nobody can help. Everybody's money is being affected too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, let's go ahead and move your date, or I'll give you store credit.
Because the crowd can't get together, so they got to move it. Is that why?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so the venues, I mean, the weddings, of course, they're 100 people plus. Right. That the venues can't be open. Right. The big birthday parties, 50 plus. Most homes can't hold 50 people. Okay. Well, those have to be canceled. Mm-hmm. And plus, you don't want to risk if you have little kids. What do you do?
Right. Exactly.
But everybody can take their own risk as they please. I mean, I'm willing to make the cake. I'm a germaphobe myself, so I really watch what I touch, washing my hands, wiping everything down, and just I'm trying to stay in as much as I can. You know what I mean? Right. Like, there's some people don't realize, like, we can't be sick either. Yeah. I'm looking at, I have friends that own businesses. Chanel. Mm-hmm. Chanel. Yeah. And like, I'm looking at.
Oh, y'all are friends?
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm looking at her business. I have a friend that's a musician. His name's Rocky. His business.
Okay,
people are talking about musicians. Right. He can't go to venues and perform.
Okay, right.
This is everybody's income.
Yeah, my DJ friends can't go.
Yeah, they can't go to the clubs and do their thing. Everybody. It's things that we're not even thinking about just yet. Mm-hmm. Nail techs, hair people. I mean, everybody. Right. So I'm using my platform or my page, because I do have followers, tonight I'll be posting all the people that I know with businesses, just tagging them, let people know, follow their pages if you do. I mean, if you can't do anything else when this does, when we recover from everything, just follow their pages and order something if you can. Right. I think my business will be fine. I mean, I make cakes, but people can still have celebrations in their home with just their, if it's 5 people, if they want to keep the cake, right. But some like restaurants, I mean, people are really getting hit with this. Yeah. So I think we're all doing our part. Yeah,
man. We'll get through it, though.
We will.
Know what I mean?
We will.
Yeah. I appreciate it again, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Seriously. Man, that's the Shot of Brandy podcast, man. That's episode 125, man, with OKC Cake Lady. Tell them your info.
You can reach me at okccakelady@yahoo.com. You can also reach me on Facebook at OKC Cake Lady. You can reach me on Instagram at OKC Cake Lady. The best way to contact me is through my Facebook page. That's my main page. And I will respond to you from there. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Man, you did good for it to be your first.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I talk a lot, so it's like, you should have been like, stop.
Nah, man.